Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff podcast, where we talk all things Star Wars. My name is Colin, and
And
with
I
me,
am.
oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm
Mason.
Mason. Yeah, cutting into your screen time because I haven't
Ah.
had enough recently. I finally made my way back to the podcast eventually after battling a cold for about a week and concert season coming up. So it is good to be back with all you lovely people again.
Yeah, and we are here to talk all things Star Wars. Not much has happened since the recording of Monday, but we do have big news for Celebration, which is ironic because Mason isn't going. So
Yeah, rub it in.
Yeah,
Rub it in.
so
Not all of us can get
we are
vacation.
gonna drop the details about all of the panels that were announced officially on Wednesday.
If y'all could
And
disassemble Star Wars Con and bring it to Florida, I would really appreciate it. I'm sure we can divvy out some money if people want to start just bringing. You know what? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Sorry. Go ahead, Colin.
James, he says talk about the okay. So James already. A lot of people know how I feel about the lottery system. Mason, I'm gonna fill you in on what the lottery system is.
Yes, please do.
So when everyone knows the story because I talk about it almost every single time. David, James, and I. Well, at the time I didn't know James, but James was in the line, in the same line as us, but he was a couple of rows back. But David and I met in line when we were camping overnight for the 40th anniversary panel for Star Wars: A New Hope, for the original Star Wars.
Oh, I did not know that.
But now they've changed it, and they changed it back in 2019. And the main reason why is because it was in Chicago and it was cold, and get it, understandable. But now they're changing it. They haven't said why, but most likely it's because of it's mainly because of people were complaining that it's not fair for the people that were not waiting in line. I mean, for the people who weren't waiting in line, it's not fair to us. And it's just that was the best to me. That was one of the best things about Celebration was people waiting in line, talking, and being in line overnight. That was one of the best things, and that was also one of the best things about going to midnight premieres for movies and waiting in line for those. That was awesome. And then
it's like a midnight release for an album or for a game.
Right. And now they came up with the lottery system. And the lottery system is you pick the panels that you want to go to the most, and you have a 50-50 chance of getting it. And there are people that get the panels that you want that don't even know what the panel is, or they're just like, oh, I picked it because I thought it sounded the most interesting, and they don't even want to be there. So I'm venting a little bit. There is a lot of people that I know that are not happy about it, and it's because of it's unfair.
That seems weird.
Yeah,
it is. It is outrageous. This is outrageous. This is unfair.
I know. I know. I'm pulling an Anakin here. It's outrageous. It's unfair. How can you go to Celebration and not wait in line overnight for a panel? It's ridiculous.
Or have a random chance to get a panel. That's
wild. No, it's ridiculous. San Diego Comic-Con, I don't think even does that. You would wait in line, you would go into the panel, unless they've changed it. If someone wants to correct me, please do. But it was that was one of the best things about Star Wars Celebration, was waiting in line. And I know this sounds funny, but my life changed because of it. My life changed because of it. And it's sad. It really is sad. So they have announced of what the panels are going to be, which is really, really, really exciting. So I'm going to talk about the panels that I'm excited about, and Mason's going to talk about the panels that he would love to go to if he was going.
Yeah, thanks again. Yep. Cool.
So
I will be there in spirit.
So there is the beauty of Batuu, and it's called the beauty of Batuu: The Hidden Details and Secrets of Galaxy's Edge of the Halcyon. Now this is exciting for Mason and I in a particular way because we're very close with that planet.
We interact with Batu quite a bit.
Yes.
And it's a place that's both near and dear to our hearts. And we're infatuated with the world and the lore that surrounds it. Honestly, man, it's like the only place you can go and just like live and be in Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And there's other panels that are pointed towards the costume groups. So the 501st.
Oh, look at this. There's Introduction to 3D Modeling and Printing. That's cool.
Well, that's crazy enough because I just got a 3D printer. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. You could go and do that. Well, you could sign up for a 50% chance to go and do that.
Well, so, all right. So they are
Right?
gonna. So what's gonna happen is they are only doing like the lottery system for the big panels.
Okay.
For the big panels. So for the lazy writing, but the Lucasfilm panel, that one,
Okay.
definitely part of the lottery system. The 20th anniversary panel, for
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, for Attack of the Clones. There's Bad Batch, Mandalorian, all those big main title ones.
That's cool.
Those ones will be on there. We were talking about it today in the group chat about which ones that some of the rest of our group was excited for. I know Ray's excited for a bunch. There's a Ray panel, so interesting. Would be really cool if Daisy really show up. I know Ray would freak out. And then there's a panel called Padme's Closet. She will definitely be very, very excited about that because if there's Padme, then there's Sabe, and we'll definitely talk about some of Sabe's costumes. And Ray is a costume like Ray loves Padme and Sabe, and Ray. Like those are her top 3 ones. So I know she's very, very excited about those.
I mean, actually, to be 100% honest with you, I'm 100% interested in a panel that's about like all of Padme's exquisite clothing that she's worn on screen because Padme's had some of the most elaborate costumes, right, that we've seen on screen whenever she's sort of up in her queen's garb and all that. So yeah, I would definitely be interested to go and see in a panel if I were able to go. What else do we have here?
So something that a lot of people aren't talking about right now is that there is going to be something that we've been talking about, which is something I've been excited for, which was the Tales of the Jedi. Now, it's going to be a panel, and it's confirmed animation. It's not going to be live action, unfortunately. It is confirmed that's going to be animation.
What is
we
it?
don't know what style of animation. So what the Tales... Hang on. So what my essential thought of the Tales of the Jedi, it was going to be Luke kind of building his lightsaber academy.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Sorry, that took me a moment to process. Oh, okay. So do we know if it's going to sort of pick up where Book of Boba left off? Then
we don't know. We don't know. Here is the official description. Introducing Tales of the Jedi. Animated anthology shorts hosted by Amy Radcliffe, which is really cool, with special guest Dave Filoni. So it sounds like Dave Filoni will have some tie to it.
Cool. Okay,
but we don't know. We don't know anything about of what it's going to be.
It said a series of shorts.
Yeah.
So what you think it might be like? So you know how Rise of Skywalker started, where it was a bunch of these like quick clips of like Rey going through her training and whatnot, and everything that was happening within the galaxy at the time. My theory is that it might be something like that, but animated, where it's like a bunch of quick like clips, excuse me, through time as Luke is like building the academy.
That is what I'm hoping. but we'll have to see. There's also, let's see. But yeah, there's a bunch of costume ones where it's going to be the 501st, the Rebel Legion.
Of course, Mandalorian Mercs will be there.
This also marks the 25th anniversary of the 501st Legion, which is really, really cool. So,
congratulations to y'all.
Mm-hmm. And then they are going to have a Marvel Star Wars comics panel, Star Wars replicas. Doug Chang is having his own panel about the Mandalorian.
That's cool. Yeah. People will be into that for sure.
Yep. Oh, and I guess they'll have so over at the fan stage, they'll have stuff too. Mark Hamill did confirm that he's not going to be a Star Celebration this year, which is really disappointing.
Yeah.
But
he may have other stuff going on.
Oh well, yeah, I know. He is filming something new. I forget what it's called.
Oh, is he? Good for him.
But Obi-Wan himself will be there. And the next one we're waiting for is Hayden, which we all know will be there. And once they do, they will definitely have a photo op for the both of them. David and I are both doing that, and my friend Christian and I are doing that, for sure. Because of my friend Christian does Obi-Wan Kenobi, so it was boom, I'm doing Anakin. Let's go, and we're both and we're both doing the versions from Revenge of the Sith. So we're very, very excited. So once they announce that, that's my.
So you're gonna have your full-blown lightsaber battle in the middle of the convention center.
Yeah, he's gonna have the high ground, but I'm gonna have to try and find a ladder.
Going up the escalators.
Yeah. It's gonna be it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground, and I'll be yeah, you're on an escalator. But but I think someone that I really want them to announce, which may not be a fan favorite, but again, I'm gonna say it, and you'll be well, yeah, he's got to be there. Is Jim Cummings, who played Hondo Ohnaka? He needs to be there. Because there are a couple of people from where we work that are going. So I'm trying to set up when they do announce him at some point, which I really hope they do, which I would be surprised if they didn't. Is that is that we can do a meetup of us going to meet him, because I think that would be really, really cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. Heck yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to go there and hit him with the Hondo spiel.
Yeah. There's also a panel for the Bad Batch 2. There's a games panel.
That can't wait for season 2 of Bad Batch.
Yep, very, very exciting stuff.
Can't wait for them to destroy more of my dreams, when they bombed Camino in front of my very own eyes.
That is sad. There's a lot of panels going on. There's a lot to look forward to.
Pride Squadron Presents. I do want to put that out there. That's definitely worth noting. Great. Cool. Big step forward. Happy for that community. Good luck for y'all.
Kids Custom Parade. Behind the scenes, the creatures of Return of the Jedi. Oh, you bet that Max Rebo will be part of that panel. That's right. I bet Max Rebo into this podcast.
And there's apparently a Star Tours 35th anniversary panel as well.
Ooh. What day is that?
I don't know what that's going to be. That is a great question. I have to scroll and find it, but I will let you know when I do. And Attack of the Chords. That's something I wish I could go and see. The music from Attack of the Clones. For those of you that don't know, I don't know if I've spoken about it, but Attack of the Clones is my favorite Star Wars movie. It has been for a very long time. I know a lot of people don't like it. I'm definitely a big advocate for it. A lot of people find it boring, but I don't know. There's just something about the sort of film noir aesthetic that goes on within Attack of the Clones that Star Wars had never done up until that time, I don't think, or I don't feel. And Clone Troopers are my favorite. They have been for almost my entire life. God, I love Clone Troopers. So cool. And I'm a big fan of both, obviously, Clone Wars and the Tartakovsky's Clone Wars series that came out. So to be there to discuss that music and everything that goes with probably character themes and then background music and then little sound effects that go on in the background scenes of Attack of the Clones would be something really special to be there for. And I'm jealous for all of you that get to go to see it.
It would be kind of crazy. I mean, I doubt it, but it would be crazy if John Williams showed up for that one. But he's up there, man.
I mean, that would be a big panel. Like they would definitely like announce that would be a big panel. John Williams, I don't think is just gonna like show
that. That is not true because for the 40th anniversary panel, we had no idea who exactly was showing up for that, and it was all these icons like George Lucas, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill. At that point, Carrie Fisher passed away, or she definitely would have been there. But pretty much all the original cast showed up, and then at the end, John Williams showed up, and he actually played like music. And
really? Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I was saying, dude, I cried like a baby after that. I was like, my childhood is back. What's going on? But yeah, no, it was amazing.
I found it Thursday, May 26th.
Oh really?
The Star Tours at 35.
Okay.
Collectibles from a kingdom not far, far away. So I presume they're going to be bringing off little like knickknacks from the ride. If you watch the like Walt Disney Imagineering special that they have on Disney Plus, it talked about how Star Tours, I believe, used to actually have like a movie projector in the background, like one of the old school film reel projectors.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they'll have like one of the original film reel projectors there, or some of the original props that were used, or ideas that were talked about.
Yeah.
In the making of Star Tours would be really cool, because Star Tours, like for its time, really was an iconic ride for something that was multimedia, I believe, or like big mainstream media like Star Wars to come into something like Disney, which was, I believe, mostly IP themed at the time, was pretty huge. And Star Tours definitely brought a lot of popularity to the series. So who knows, maybe we can accredit some of the success of Star Wars today to that little ride that, Walt Disney wanted. Or I guess at that time, whoever was the head of Hollywood Studios or Disney at the time.
Yeah, I guess. I know my friend Sam that's going. He's not going to be able to go on that day, unfortunately. But I'll go for him, and I will spit all fun facts because of he's a huge Star Tours fan. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of panels. One of our friends in the chat just said hello there, General Kenobi. Yeah,
you are a bold one.
Yeah, do it. But yeah, no. There's a lot to look forward to. I'm really excited for Celebration.
Oh my God, there's one last thing we got to talk about: the High Republic for Light and Life.
Oh, there you go. I'm surprised there's not a Max Rebo panel.
Oh, amazing! Along with a bunch of authors, Claudia Gray, one of my favorites recently. I actually just finished Lost Stars, and Into the Dark is, I think, the name of the book. One of my favorite, both a couple of my favorite books that have come out, like in the Star Wars canon. Like both of them were phenomenal. And Into the Dark is one of my favorites from the High Republic series that I've read so far. So that's great. Good for her. Kevin Scott. And those are the two that I know really well. Man, good for y'all who are going to read. All new announcements and reveals from Phase 2, Quest of the Jedi. So it sounds like we're going to be getting more announcements for High Republic books, which woo, can't wait for that. I've been enjoying them so much so far. High Republic is something to me that feels like, so after watching the original trilogy, how like you still have that nostalgia, like new Star Wars feeling, and then you watch the prequels, and then you're like, oh my God, at least for people in my generation, like I got the same feeling, or rather, I sort of got the same feeling that I did watching the prequels for the first time as I did for watching the original trilogy for the first time. I love the prequels. I've always loved the prequels. I don't know, but prequels hit Star Wars in a different way, like a new something that was fresh but familiar. That's what High Republic does for me. Like the books feel and are written really well, and it feels like that new fresh Star Wars with that old nostalgic like mixed into it.
I agree. I know my wife agrees. She loves the book so far. I'm I'm really waiting for the Acolyte series, which got pushed back to filming later this year. And it was supposed to be starting around the summer. So I can't wait for that, because that's going to be very, very, very interesting to see near the end of the High Republic, because that's going to be mainly Sith oriented, and also might be our first live action appearance in some capacity of Darth Plagueis.
Who knows? That would be phenomenal. Do you know how
Yeah.
huge
Trust
Darth
me, I know.
Plagueis becoming canon would be? I mean, there would
He is
instantly.
canon. He's just
well,
never been seen live action. His
right.
novel technically is no longer canon.
Having
but
an official canon backstory, you know what
Yes.
you know what I mean, or anything to do with an actual real Star Wars canon,
And I'm
besides
not
being
sure,
just a name.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen or read the Darth Plagueis book, but my gosh,
I've heard so many good things about it.
It's the way that. So, spoiler alert: we know that Darth Sidious is the apprentice of Darth Plagueis.
Yes.
But in the book, it's so detailed on how he defeats him, and like, you know how, and the story, like, ironic, no,
others from death, but not himself.
No, it's not that one. It's unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew, and ironically, he killed him in his sleep. So
yeah,
so in the book, it's very. That line is just put into maybe like 10 minutes of details, and it's nuts.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. That is, so a lot of people know I personally haven't read a lot of the books, like because I don't have the mental capacity, but that one was one that just kept leaping off the pages to me.
Man, listen to Audible.
I know.
Read books.
I know.
But yeah, that's cool. And I would read Plagueis. Maybe I will in the future, but like anything that's not canon at the moment just isn't as high on my list, because there's so much canon that I need to get through the books. But yeah, I digress. What were we talking about before this?
All the panels happening at Star Wars.
Panels. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not. So at the Creatures panel, I know there will definitely be stuff about Max Rebo. If I'm there, I'll definitely be in the audience. I'll be like, hey,
Are you going to bring your Max Rebo to get signed by the guy puppeteering Max Rebo?
If the guy is there, oh, you bet I will. Oh my gosh, I will always care. Well, at that point, merch. We have official merch, guys. We're gonna have it at Star Wars Celebration. If you run into us, come find us. Come see us. We're also going to be having a panel on the last day of Star Wars Celebration. It's going to be really, really cool. We are going to live stream it with people in the audience. It's a great thing. And then we're also going to have merch, which I'm really, really excited for. And we'll be there all 4 days of celebration. We're so excited.
We better be careful about dogging on the lottery. If we say too
there
much,
are 7 of us.
Too much, they're going to make our panel a lottery.
I'm telling you, there's 7.
Ironic.
If one of us like doesn't get in, we have the chance of getting into others. And either way, we'll be able to
conquer.
We'll be able to broadcast through every single like panel and like break down the news. So that's gonna be cool because we have 7 people going. We have 7 people going to Star Celebration. So that's awesome and exciting. But yeah, that is less than a month now. It's crazy to think about, to be honest with you.
Very crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get those vacation hours. If I do, I'll be there. We'll see.
Do you know what is actually happening next week, though?
No, do tell.
Star Wars Day, May 4th.
Yeah, there it is.
Fun fact, it's not the original Star Wars Day. The original Star Wars Day is May 25th, because that's, the day that came back in 1977. But May 4th,
fan name Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
Everyone recognizes.
Yeah. Now, I treat that day as Christmas. Yes, I listen to Star Wars every day. Yes, I have a podcast and everything. But I treat that day as a holiday And it's because of when I was younger, I always wanted everyone to celebrate it. I really didn't know anyone that had the same passion as me. And then when I got older and I joined the 501st, that was so cool because of all of us would be on May 4th for I think it was 2019. I went to different I trooped 4 events in one day, and I started at the job in the city that I was living in. There's a place called John Ball Zoo, and we went there, and there was just a bunch of us stormtroopers and Vader, and we were just walking around the zoo, and I was like, this is cool, this is great. And then we ended up doing the comic book shop because free comic book day ended up like falling on that day, and that was cool. Then we ended up doing a tattoo parlor, which is named after a Star Wars place, which is
Really?
Moss Isley Tattoos, in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Really, really cool stuff.
Cool.
Yep.
Moss Isley
And
Tattoos.
then we ended the night of trooping over at a restaurant. And
Do they
I
have
did
a cybermod parlor in there?
No, I think it was an outdoor grill or something. But we raised a lot of money for charity. And I just remember getting down with that day because the whole day was Star Wars, and I got home and I was like, this is all I ever wanted as a kid. And then I dreamed bigger, and I went the distance. I went to Florida, went to May 4th last year. That was really, really cool. It was Star Wars the entire day. I don't think I ever left. I don't think we really ever left Galaxy's Edge and Star Tours. I think we were there the entire. Well, I was. I know some people in our party were wanted to do the other stuff, but I was like, no, it's Star Wars Day. I'm here. So I was at Galaxy's Edge. I was at Star Tours. I rode it a bunch of times, and that was great. And then they had the lightsaber meetup, and actually Eckstein was there, and the whole experience was amazing. And now we fast forward to this year. We do work in a galaxy far, far away. We are part of the Star Wars community, more than I ever dreamed of. I've made so many friends through Star Wars, and not only do I work with some of them, but I also am. I get to talk to them every day because of the podcast. I get to go to Star Wars Celebration, where I get to celebrate it with the world and people. And it's crazy to think about of what you dreamed of as a kid and then actually happening. And that's exactly what fulfilling a dream is. And I also get to fulfill my dream by showing my brother Chris. He's a friend of the podcast too, but Galaxy's Edge, and that because he went to Star Wars Celebration in 2019. That was amazing. That was fantastic. And now I get to show him what I do, and that honestly is a dream come true for me, because it's showing my brother, my best friend, like of what I set out to do, and I fulfilled that dream. And now I get to show him exactly what I do, and it's so cool. So I'm so excited for this month. This is a huge month for Star Wars. Star Wars Day, Star Wars Celebration.
Huge year for StarArs.
Huge year for Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Like, come on. Like, it doesn't get better than that. All in 1 month. And it
so many announcements for so many shows. So many shows just coming out.
Yeah.
And this year, learning so much about them.
And now I've got Anakin. I've got the wit. I'm so pumped.
You set for cosplay?
I've accomplished a lot in 1 year. I did that once in 2019, but then this year I was like, well, from 2021 going into 2022, and like within that year span, like I'm talking about like the actual day that I started at Disney, and then like I then got married, and then and then doing all these costumes, getting a 3D printer. I accomplished all this in 1 year, and I think like that's a big that's a big goal completed itself. But yeah, no,
And congratulations, Colin. I mean, I know everyone else here at the podcast, we're all super proud of you and super happy for you. You know, it's exactly what you say. Like,
It's a dream come true.
Dreams are often talked a lot about in modern day media, through different shows, through different mediums. And obviously, you know, in Star Wars, a dream is something that's huge. The idea of hope. Hope can be sparked from this single idea that you want to have with your life. Obviously, Luke wanted to get off of Tatooine and start his journey and go see the bigger galaxy. Han Solo on Corellia, wanting to be a pilot, get away from things and start fresh, you know? And then us, the people here in the real world and the here and now, and we come up with these things that we want to do with our life that we set out to do. And I guess to make this long monologue short, like if nothing else, look towards those dreams that you aspire to and chase them as hard as you can. Because seriously, as some kid coming from Dayton, Ohio, in the middle of nowhere, I didn't ever think that I would wind up one day interacting with a world, a galaxy that I am so in love with.
So passionate about, man.
As part of not only my job, making money doing that, but I get to come here and be with these wonderful people on the podcast, you know, almost every Wednesday, whenever I can make it and my body's not being attacked by viruses. And like, I can honestly say that I am fulfilled, like doing this chasing this dream. This is what I love to do. This is what, you know, this franchise Star Wars is all about, is hope that we can push forward and make a better tomorrow.
Star Wars changes lives. Like, I mean, it's really cheesy to say, but it's very, very true.
We wouldn't be here without Star Wars.
No. Like, I feel like if someone traveled back in time and took my first Star Wars experience out, I think I would be a completely different person. And it's because of we all fell in love with these characters, and then we also fell in love with some of the characters that we didn't even know the names of, and it was because of, if you go to the cantina scene in A New Hope, all of those characters have a name, and all of them have a backstory. And George Lucas wanted to make that very clear, like in a big way, because of the whole idea is that you can be anyone, and your story is important. You don't have to be a force wielder. You don't have to be a famous smuggler. You don't have to, you know, have issues with sand. You are.
You don't have to have the high ground.
No, you can be anyone. You can do anything, and your story is important. And the only thing stopping you from doing anything that you want, from you stopping doing the impossible, is you. And I took that at a very young age, and I went the distance, man. Like, I've always loved Star Wars. There was never a moment where I was like, I'm done with Star Wars. Never. And Star Wars is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift that keeps on bringing people together. I met my wife through Star Wars. I've met almost all of my friends through Star Wars, in some way, in shape and form. And it's led me here, and I will always be eternally grateful for my aunt, you know, asking that famous question, have you ever watched Star Wars before? And
it was my
and
dad
I'm so glad I said no, because of some, like, you know, kids, you know, being annoyed and say, like, yeah, I have, so they don't have to, you know, do something or watch something. So I'm really glad I said no. And it's so cool. It's so cool. And there are so many things that are beyond the horizon. And there's so many great things that Star Wars has done for people and have shaped who they are.
Not even just that, like, look, like, just in the world in general, like how much money Star Wars has raised to put towards like charities, towards donations that have saved lives, how much joy. And you'll have to give a shout out to the 501st year soon.
No,
how
oh
much
no,
joy like Star Wars brings to people, some in their final moments, to be able to interact with that world and those characters for that split second to be tangible and real to them, this is something that inspires people that we love. And now
yeah,
is, I think, the perfect time this year to just sit down and reflect about how much Star Wars means to you as a fan,
mhm.
as a writer, as a creator, an artist, whoever you are, wherever you are. Take a moment and think about what this franchise has done for you, given to you. I don't mean to say that in like an advertisement sense, but like the meaning that this franchise has given to your life, the passion, you know, it's different for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
no, dude, I, I'm so grateful. I am very, very excited. Don't worry, one day you'll go to Celebration. Uh,
eventually,
but it really is it's a great time to.
hopefully the acting thing goes off and I'll be at one of the panels.
Oh, dude, it will, and I really, really hope that I will be your plus one,
Oh yeah, of
or
course.
yeah,
Only one
at that
ticket though.
point,
Sorry,
let it being backstage and stuff. But,
Brooke will
oh,
have to
Brooke,
stay back. Yeah.
oh
Sorry, it'll be one
yeah,
admission only, so it'll be you or
yeah, yeah. No,
you and
it's
Max Rebo.
yeah, no, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. There's a lot on the
hmm
horizon. There's a lot to look forward to.
Lot to be excited about.
A lot to
I
be
mean,
excited about.
if you're like a hardcore Star Wars fan, you've got the High Republic books coming out. So excited for that. Disney's just now touching, or I guess Lucasfilms or Lucas Arts, whatever, just now touching on older public stuff. So maybe, fingers crossed, we'll see what happens with that. And then we also have a lot coming out to mainstream media that testifies to the older fans, people who have been around since Star Wars first came out. Things like Mandalorian that are coming out. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. So much
Yeah.
to see, so much to do, so much Star Wars content.
And so little time.
Yeah, how do you keep up with all of it?
Yeah, no, it's also a good time to be a gamer as well, because there's all new Star Wars games coming up. I didn't get to last week. I didn't get to drop my review for the original trilogy of the 3 levels in the new Lego Star Wars game. But
Which, by the way, has surprised me thoroughly. Like how far Lego Star Wars has come is amazing.
You have no idea. The only thing that I do not like right now is that there's no customization. That's my
Believe it or not,
only
I
thing.
do have an idea because I played the original Lego Star Wars on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm just saying that as a figure of speech. Of
Yeah,
course, I know
well,
you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they also added something from Legends,
Thanks so much.
which is the same. I've only seen pictures of it because I haven't gotten to it yet. But apparently, you can unlock the ship from the Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, can you really?
That old Legends story.
That's cool.
Of the Outrider. And I loved Dash Rendar. I thought he was such a cool character. A lot of people called him a ripoff of Han Solo, and I was like, well, yeah, he's a smuggler. He's got brown hair, and he carries like a pistol blaster. Yeah, sure. But his I think they kind of took what Lando was and kind of took something from Dash Rendar because for Dash Rendar, he didn't have a Wookiee sidekick. He had a droid.
A droid, yeah.
And then they ended up doing that for Lando, where it was like Lando, and then he didn't have Chewie. He had L3, and Dash Rendar did that first. He's a very interesting character. I don't think you can unlock him in the game because he's Legends, but I think they should have a Legends thing. That would be really cool if they had a Legends DLC pack where they had characters from the Old Republic, or they had stuff from the Shadows of the Empire, like other characters that technically aren't canon anymore. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Man, I'm just ready for the remaster of Knights of the Republic. I never got to play that game.
Yep.
God, or not remaster, remake. They're remaking it.
Yeah.
So, God.
I can't wait for the games panel. I want to see Jedi Fallen Order 2. I want to see Star Wars Battlefront 3. There's a lot of games that I want to see.
Jedi Fallen Order 2. Man, if there is one complaint that I have about that game series,
is that there isn't a second one.
It's just as someone who comes from playing Dark Souls, like the sort of original, like bloodthirsty out for your blood games. Man, I really hope they tighten up the mechanics because God, some of the attacks you get hit by in that game out of nowhere, like whenever you try to dodge through things, can be, I don't know, combat can be a little wacky sometimes.
No, I will say because of
I hope they tighten that up. I hope they tighten movement up. Other than that, spotless. Story, amazing. And I haven't finished the game yet, so I'm on Dathomir.
There you go.
God, I hate Dathomir.
But yeah, no. There's I remember being at the first at the first panel of that game, and that was really cool. Cameron Monaghan actually came out like after they dropped the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
cool.
and we actually got to see people dress up as the Purge troopers, and like in
sick.
person.
So those costumes are somewhere.
Yeah, and then later after the panel, we actually saw them walking on the panel floor, like interacting with people and stuff. That was really, really cool. But yeah, no, that was an awesome experience. And looking back at that type of stuff, I'm gonna be in Star Wars Nirvana. I'm gonna be in Star Wars heaven the entire time.
Nirvana.
Well, like seriously, man, like you are.
That's a good term.
You are.
Well, it's like Comic-Con, but all Star Wars. Oh yeah,
that's exactly what it is. But what's great about it is like we are, in the Star Wars environment every day, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're stepping into something that's more realistic because you are surrounded by people who are really, really involved in Star Wars, and some people that we grew up, watching on the big screen and now looking at on the small screen like Mando and those people in the Clone Wars. So it's nerve-wracking that we get to see these people and be in the same room as them and see the new projects and meet new friends. It's honestly a dream come true. Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, no, I thought 4, 5, and 6 for the new Lego Star Wars game was good. The trench run wasn't that bad. I know someone said on the last episode that I was on, said that like, hey, oh yeah, it was Joseph Jansen. He said that that I probably wouldn't like it, and I actually did. I think some of the mechanics are messy a little bit in the game. That's okay because I figured they would be at launch, and they've like done some bug fixes already. But
I mean, to be fair, like it also is a Lego game.
Yeah.
And, it's cool. Like it's a big Star Wars game, and we all been waiting for it. But like, I just want
to get done with it.
They've ever set the bar that high for like gameplay and finesse.
Yeah, but the gameplay's gotten so much better because of now you can actually aim.
For sure.
You're shots.
I'm not saying that it's not good. Like it's not fun. It's not based off of sound mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's come so far from even just
like free roam.
The Wii
just even
version.
In the campaign is cool. So I can't wait to actually like free play and travel across the galaxy. The only thing that I wish is that we could have our own characters, customized characters, and they've hinted that they'll do it soon, and I really hope they do because I would love to make a smuggler version of me. And just hop in the Falcon, and then just travel to different places across the galaxy.
See, I've always been in the mindset of just like, how many cool pieces of armor can I put together in a cape?
Right, but I mean, like how cool that would be, and then when they eventually add Hondo to the game, then have Hondo with you, and then you just travel to different parts of the galaxy, and it's like, wow. But yeah, very, very cool. But yeah. So I guess the main message of this podcast is Star Wars changes lives.
Follow your dreams.
And your dreams will come true.
And your dreams will come true. Give a shout out to the 501st. Do that. If people are looking for it, how can they find it? What's up? How do they sign up? What's the process?
To be honest, that's a whole podcast, to be honest with you. But I would definitely go check out my friend Hunter Smoke. His Instagram handle is Jagai Hunter. He's been doing this for a very long time, since he was a kid, and he worked his way up, and now he's a big following. He's great at what he does. He's the person that I showed you that just made that Commander Cody kit.
Yeah.
So he's very, very cool. I have a 3D printer now. We are starting to print stuff. We're right in the middle of printing BD1. It's a challenge learning, but honestly, I've heard from so many people, once you get the handle of it, you're not going to want to stop. So I'm excited for that. But nope. There are big things on the horizon. We and for our Patreon stuff, we are going to be changing that after celebration. So the entire outlook that we have for it is going to change. Stay tuned for changes for the Patreon. Please go follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I think that's all of our social media stuff. Please go send us an email. Please give us us reviews on Spotify, Apple Podcast. If you can't tell, I'm very tired. Nope.
Tell your friends. Spread the word. Spread the good news of the Force.
You guys are great. We love you all. David and the rest of the gang will be on the next episode. We appreciate all of you, and I'm also going to say to everyone listening, this is not Star Wars related, but you should all do one kind deed today. One true act of kindness always sparks another. It's something I live by. So spread that.
Even if it's as simple as holding a door for someone.
Yeah.
Putting yourself out there, making yourself look awkward to do a random act of kindness.
Yeah.
Take a moment and reflect on that and how that makes you feel. You don't have to go out and go to a food pantry and volunteer right off the rip, but just start. No. Just make a difference wherever you can at the moment. It may not seem like a big difference, but everything stacks up in the grand scheme of things.
To quote Zootopia, it starts with you, starts with me, starts with all right. With that being said, everyone, we love you all, and may the Force be with you always.